bucks just off TQQ. Not hard about that. Just, being there and listening. Make sure you take these tickers once I show them to you and put alerts on there to let you know you do not miss them when they happen. Okay, these are good numbers. Okay, that's my opinion. My schedule this week, I've got 10 o'clock each day, the Academy, 10:30 on Thursday. That's when I do it. But I've got a special thing I'm doing. If you have MTI by DTI, 10, 12, and 2, look for a post in there with an analysis. I'll start out with the SQQ, TQQ, okay? At 10 o'clock, 12, and 2 each day, Monday and Tuesday. Now, to get that, you got to have MTI and be in the Telegram channel, okay? That's something new I'm gonna do this week. I might expand it depending on the feedback I get, but I always talk about 10, 12, and 2 are key times. I'm gonna show you just how key they are on Monday and Tuesday, okay? That's on MTI. Tuesday, we'll have the connected dots at 10:45. Wednesday, we have a flash meeting at 3, midweek market update Wednesday night. Thursday, 10:30 Academy. Friday, we'll have the 3 p.m. wrap up, okay? Now, Seven Sisters, what is the market telling us? The market's rallied. If you remember, the market rallied, and then Friday it closed almost near the highs, sold off a little bit towards the end of the day. It's selling off tonight a little bit. For the week, we'll have 5705 as a pivot number for the week, okay? You have a Fed meeting on Wednesday. I think Palantir's got earnings after the close on Monday, and we just got a lot of things happening there, okay? Sort of outside opinions or whatever. I read a couple reports over the weekend on Seeking Alpha. They're declaring, at least the person I was reading was declaring, the market is going to go a lot lower from here. And then he lost all credibility when he started talking about moving averages. That's what I said. Guy was making a pretty good case, and also he starts talking about moving averages. Okay. Anyway, I read that over the weekend. Almost had me hooked in listening to him. Anyway, Seven Sisters, crude. Did y'all see crude was down $2 tonight on the opening? Did everybody see that? That's a big announcement. Saudi Arabia is planning on opening up the spigot and throwing some oil out there, which is very interesting, okay? And I think they're doing that to get the market maybe a little bit more oil for everybody to use, and the prices, when that happened, go down. So I don't know if everybody saw that news or not. There was also announced by Israel that they were going to strike back at the Houthis, okay, pretty hard this week. So you got that to look forward to. And then there was an announcement on China basically saying that they were wanting to talk about tariffs. So anyway, so you got a lot of stuff going on this week to probably cause a little confusion. Our goal is obviously figure out what the trend is. And as a typical week goes, that'll happen tomorrow, Monday. And Warren Buffett has said that he is going to step down at the end of the year. But the key thing that he said was he's not going to sell any of his shares, which I think is a good way to cover up bad earnings, get everybody's attention on the fact that he's the master of doing that. And so he's got everybody thinking about retirement, not about the bad quarter they had. Stock looked good to me on Friday. I think went up 342 and backed up about 339. Berkshire. Bonds are hanging in there at the 115 pivot. Again, if you look at the mechanical side of the bond market, they ought to be cutting rates. Okay, that's my opinion. When they do it, doesn't matter as long as it happens this year. Probabilities, if you look at it, tomorrow's a little weak, Tuesday's a little weak. Things firm up on Wednesday, Thursday, and then go back south on Friday. Got 2 out of 5 days, pretty good numbers. We'll see how that shakes and bakes. That's this week on probabilities. News this week. What do we have news-wise? We had the big announcement on Friday. It was very bullish. The unemployment report. Go back to where we were before the big rally on Friday. That's where your support is on the E-mini and just about everything across the board. You can take Thursday's closes, and that's support for every market out there. That's a real quick and dirty way to do that. Because that's where the unemployment came out the next morning, and we were up over 3% last week. 3%, that's pretty strong when you're up 3%. All right, here's my tickers. I told you about these. I put numbers in here. This is the numbers I would plug in to your trading platform for notice when these numbers are hit. Remember, about 3 to 5 of these tickers work big time. 3 to 5 just on average work big time each week. Now, I added a new stock at the end called Landbridge. Anybody ever heard of that stock, Landbridge? I'd never heard of it, or at least I didn't think I had. And I put it through all the trials that I do, and I liked it. So I'm gonna keep my eye on Landbridge this week. Gets above 80.55, I think we can see some higher prices. 80.55 on Landbridge. Tesla takes out 294.55. We'll see higher prices. You've got a market that is fairly set up. I do think we'll go higher at some point than last week's high on the E-mini. So that's another clue for you to know where the rubber band effect to happen. Okay, does everybody understand what I'm saying? So you should get pretty high. You should get pretty high. Yeah, Berkshire. Okay, excuse me. It's 542.55. I have a tendency to do that. I bought it in the 300s. I have that first digit in my mind. It's 542.55. 542. Thanks for calling that to my attention. And I like BRKU. I like it because BRKU is pretty sweet. Get a little extra bump there on the same dollars invested if you're buying the stock. And since Berkshire doesn't pay a dividend, you don't give anything but buying the hot one, which is BRKU. Now, folks, people who've been with me for a long time know that I will not trade unless I believe the odds are in our favor. The odds in our favor shift heavily after Monday. The odds shift. The more I see, the easier it is to see the path of least resistance. And that's why I always say, keep your watch why out there on Mondays. Watching Sunday night, watching Sunday morning or Monday morning, and then watch it develop. Now, I'm not here to show out or do anything but help you grow your account. And I've got a great plan this week to do that. And that's why I'm having my 10, 12, and 2, Mondays and Tuesdays. If you hear me say the words, patience will pay, Here's what I mean. I mean that the odds are not in our favor. There will be a better opportunity knocking on our door probably sooner rather than later, and have a little patience as we develop. You saw what we did last week. We really scored a pretty good home run, weekend side hustle, popped it. Just about everything I touched last week made people money. And even a stock that wasn't doing very well, we made money on. So that's what I like to do when I get that kind of odds in my favor. Patience did pay. We do have a Futures First session on Monday night at 7. Should have been on the calendar. Futures First, Monday night at 7. Now, using MTI by DTI. I've told people this story. I'll say it again for people here tonight. When I taught the small class, Peter Blair was there, Roger Sessions was there, Alfonso Bazero was there, and we got under the hood of MTI by DTI, and we walked away knowing just how good that is as an indicator to get you on the right side. Okay? We did it, and I've been really harping about the fact you've got to do it. I'll talk about it tonight a little bit. But here's a trade that we did. We did debit call spread on XSP, scored. Nice trade. Amazon, scored. Nice trade. Microsoft, scored. Nice trade. They're all pretty common when you can grab these kind of trades. Look at the QQQ debit call spread. Hit on that one. AMD, hit on that one. Bill captivated best when he said he'd been with me a long time. When the market has major turmoil, I always come out with patience will pay and figure it out. Patience does pay if you listen. You have to choose that. Listening and being patient. Hard to do, but you need to do that. Now, the market timing indicator is so important. If you do not have this on your workstation, you're giving up odds. Does everybody understand that phrase, giving up odds, meaning you're playing at a disadvantage to other players that have it? That's what I mean by the market timing indicator. You got to be a computer whiz to use it. It's simple. There's three or four things you have to know and remember. Copy that link into your chat, into your computer program, get it up there and be ready to go. And within 60 seconds, you'll have the MTI to check your portfolio, look for opportunities, everything that I do over the weekend to get ready for tonight. And now we go to the live market throughout the week. I can tell you right now, in the live market, gold is positive. Obviously, crude's negative. E-mini's a little negative right now. NASDAQ's a little negative. It's easy to download and get on your computer. Everybody tells me it takes 3 to 5 minutes to get it on your computer. Have a download guy to help you if you need any questions there. And we got backup customer service to help you if you need help. We'll make sure you get it. Tells you exactly the steps to take to download. Now, once you're done, you start using it right away. I'm using it right now during this presentation. That's what I'm looking for, that green arrow. You get that green arrow, that tells you real quick, in the short term, if you use the short-term side of it, you ought to be long. Everybody knows what being long means. You buy that market. Any market's got that green arrow. That's what it's telling me. Last week, Nate and I was talking about this, TGTX. Go check that out. Wouldn't it have been nice to buy that last week before it had that big move? Well, MTI gave us a heads up signal while we were alive. Look at where it told us and look at where it is now. And what's so beautiful about it, it frames that ticker for you. You know where you're wrong. Worked very nice. But half the battle for most folks is knowing which stocks to trade. So we got something in MTI by DTI that's going to check a whole list of over 8,000 stocks to tell you which ones are going up and which ones are going down and which ones the odds are in your favor to trade. The opportunity scanner is what we call it. It analyzes the entire stock market, and that's how simple it is to see it right there. Nothing complicated about the word B-U-Y, buy it, or short it, which means basically sell it. You're not guessing anymore. You're following this process, and it will lead you where you want to go, where your dreams were getting involved to start with to go. You can line it up that way. Look at Universal Health, had a new green arrow buy signal. Up it went. Look what it did. This is amazing. Following along, that MTI, 151% in 45 days. We're going to quit guessing and we're going to follow this process. Anybody that joins MTI is going to get to see the power of it over the next 2 days. Here it is on BlackRock. Look, buy. November 14th. Check out what it did. There's a green arrow I can't tell you to look for. Can't get much simpler than that. Off we went on a tear. The market timing indicator you'd had a shot at on that particular ticker, 310%. Pretty cool. Scott, you should have it enabled. You ought to send Roe at DTI Trader an email and he'll help navigate it for you if you got a hang up. Look at that one. Now look, we could price this thing anything we want to. It's worth it. We're not going to charge you $4,000. Reason I'm talking about it tonight, you need this if you're going to participate with me in our new Telegram channel called MTI. I just got asked, does it only work in daytime? No, it works 24 hours, Walt. I'm using it right now. Trade D Mini. Gold. Crude. Anything you want to trade. We have a workshop, Jennifer, on long-term trading with it, what to do. Have a workshop on how to swing trade with it. Look at this. Workshop number 3, swing trading. If you want a little income trade, you can put a strategy with it, make income on it, and other techniques. Let me tell you what I did. This is a great trade on futures. On Friday, I shorted the $60 call because MTI gave a sell signal. On Friday, late in the day, I shorted 2 calls. Those calls are worthless tonight. That's $800 on 2 calls. You see the power of this? And guess what? If you're an MTI member, I'm going to teach you how to use it. That makes it even better, doesn't it? Workshop number 5, putting it all together. First thing you need to do, once you get it on board, go watch those workshops, get a clear overview, and I'll show you the finer part of how to use it on any asset. Anybody trade Bitcoin in here? Does anybody trade Bitcoin in here? Plug it in MTI. It tells you exactly this big rally we had. It gave you heads up. It was happening on the long term. And now in the short term, you can play it up and down. We have a whole list of insights how to use it to help you. They wanted to sell the workshop separate. I said, no, include it in the package. This is a package deal. If you get the market time and indicator, we'll give you all those workshops along with it. Now, you can obviously build the value there for 1 year's access, but I did something really special. After using the market timing indicator with the opportunity scanner, I found out how to narrow down our time that we're spending in the market. That's what I love about it. Gives me that list right on my computer, looks just like that in real time. Find the entry, where you got to stop yourself out and where you exit. Now, like I said, it's not $4,000. No reason you can't start tonight. Since you're here and I'm live and I want you to have it, I want you to try out my new MTI Telegram channel. Get a 50% discount off that. Takes it down to $19.97. Let's go even better. I'm not done yet. If you join this webinar right now, we'll upgrade your membership to lifetime. No other charges as upgrades come about. That's a good thing. No subscription fees, no recurring charges, no data fees, no annual renewals. Plus, let's make it even easier. Free code updates throughout the thing. That means when you add new features or functions to the market timing indicator opportunity scanner, you automatically get the download URL added to your member portal without having to pay the upgrade fee. Now, $19.95 is really a pretty absolute steal for this. But we cut it down. NVIDIA moved 24% in a month. That'd have paid for a lot of it. We saw it coming. Lunar was a moonshot after our signaled it. MSTR, which is very hot stock right now. Look at that 214% gain on those options. Now, nothing should stop you here in 2025. Nothing should stop you now that I've added the Telegram channel. We're taking an additional $500 off that price. Total price, lifetime version, $14.97 includes the opportunity scanner, no extra cost, workshops, no extra cost, and includes right now entry into the MTI channel. Here it is. Take advantage of it. If you're ready to start using it, get signed up. Save you thousands, be on board. Be there tomorrow at 10, 12, and 2. Read the message. Click the link in the chat. Adam dropped the link. DTItrader.com/MTI or call 904-706-3532. Within minutes, you'll get it downloaded. And you got to remember 3 things. 10, 12, and 2 tomorrow and Tuesday. We'll talk about each one of these features, what's setting up, click it now, or call the number if you want to speak to somebody, a team member, and secure your membership. MTI is the real deal. Everything else comes in second place compared to MTI. Some people say it's my best tool. I say it's one of the best. Click the link in the chat, get your lifetime membership, go to DTItrader.com/MTI or call 904. Now, this is brand new tonight. If you're already a member of MTI with a lifetime subscription, you'll be given an invitation to get joined before tomorrow at 10. Okay? Don't trade without it. Make sure you get that invitation, get in there. Lifetime access, $14.97. There it is, folks. Just added the value, doubled the value, really, with the MTI channel. Tomorrow at 10, 12, and 2, I will analyze and use the opportunity scanner to develop the week, Monday and Tuesday, with you, 10, 12, and 2. At 6 opportunities. David says, I'm getting into this deal. You're right about that, Dave. Right about it. How many people that's a current MTI member like the fact I'm adding the Telegram channel for this? Now all you gotta do is get a good watch that works. Dave just said, this has made it so valuable. Yeah, I'm not sure about that price staying with that with the Telegram channel. We'll talk about that. But we're going to beta test it 10, 12, and 2 tomorrow and Tuesday. I've always told people those are the times you got to remember during the day. Now I'm going to prove it. Okay? Will said this Telegram just is icing on the cake. Creamy icing. Creamy icing. Any other questions anybody has? No, the signal's real time, Walt. This is real time. Like right now, if you name a market, like gold, it's telling you to be long. Tells you where you're wrong, where it's going to reverse. Silver, where to be long, where it's going to reverse. Bonds, where to be long, where it's reverse. Stocks just started trading. Stocks just started trading. Guess what Palantir is saying right now? Right now tonight, 8 o'clock at night, what Palantir is saying on MTI. Guess what it's saying? Get it and find out. You'll pay for this subscription. Because Palantir just started trading. Yeah, Susan, you should get an email acknowledging that you bought it after you go through the purchase process. But I'm going to tell you something, folks. 10, 12, and 2 tomorrow. Set your watch. My pivot is 57.05 tonight on that. No, JD, it has not. 55, I said 07, 05 is what I meant. 55.05. How many people see the value I just added with that Telegram channel? I said, Adam, we got a lot of people in that MTI. Let's do this 10, 12, and 2 Monday and Tuesday. Give a big bonus tonight. Sue says, I see Palantir is a buy on MTI and going up. Yes, ma'am, it is. Got the green arrow, doesn't it? Got the green arrow. Yeah, 57.05. I said that wrong. 57.05. I'm off of my digits. I got to repeat myself. 57.05. Ten, 12, and 2. 10, 12, and 2. I'll post in the Telegram channel called MTI. Adam, is that the exact name, MTI by DTI, in the Telegram channel? Yeah, the E-minis are short right now. Gold's along. Palantir's along. Check AMD out. AMD's short. Can't short it, but it's headed down. AMD is. Hey, here's one. Everybody's been wondering what Berkshire's going to do. Berkshire's at the high of the week, 542 and a buy signal. Gotta have MTI. Yeah, you'll get, once your membership's verified, you will get access to MTI by DTI in the Telegram channel. Bruce, you already in it? Both, Sue. Both gold futures and GLD. Bruce says, I'm already in there. All right. All right, folks, thank you. LB looks good on an MTI, doesn't it? Yep. See if it holds up tomorrow. We might take a ride. You know, the nice thing about 10, 12, 2, if you can't be there at 10, I'll come back at 12. Can't be there at 12, I'll come back at 2. Monday and Tuesday this week. The beta. Eastern time, right, Walt? Eastern time. Get signed up, folks. Go to dtitrader.com/MTI. It's time to dance. Everybody get a good night's rest. Get your MTI downloaded. We're going to have some fun together Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, I will post a scanner. I will post a scanner to make sure the stocks MTI is looking at in that Telegram channel tomorrow. And then we'll look at that as some opportunities.